I call Materia Ture.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I want to thank Tracy Martin for this bill and for the opportunity to vote in favour of it. It has long been Green Party policy to oppose and repeal the New Zealand Convention Centre legislation. We have to remember the only reason the original legislation exists in the first place is because Sky City, who had been fighting for some 20 years for more pokie machines, more gambling tables and extended licence, finally managed to do a dirty deal with the national government to make it happen, and they had to change the law. The legislation has nothing to do with a convention centre. Let's be really clear. The legislation just sets out how to change the law to give Sky City Casino 230 more pokie machines, 40 more gambling tables, cashless gaming opportunities, and that's right, what do you call that? And an 35-year extension on their licence. That is what the first legislation does, and what Tracy Martin's bill does is repeal that, and quite rightly, sir. Quite rightly. So we must remember that Sky City has spent a lot of money and fought the Gambling Commission for many years to get all of those concessions, that the content of those concessions, the 230 pokies, the 40 gambling tables, the 35-year licence, this essentially creates an entirely new, brand new casino in Auckland. It is the equivalent of the Dunedin and Queenstown casinos combined. So it is a very significant casino that it will now be created in Auckland as a result of the original legislation. And Aucklanders don't want it. Aucklanders don't want a casino that large. They don't want that. They don't want that. And not only did they say they don't want that casino, they have now been locked out of the resource consent hearings for the convention centre that delivers that casino. Because let's remember, the convention centre is simply a cash delivery device to the casino, right? That is why they're going to do it this way. So Sky City will build this great convention centre, bring people in. Sky City now has the right to build a 300-bed hotel on highly valuable TVNZ land. Those people are going to come in, they're going to stay at the Sky City's hotel, they're going to walk through tunnels to the Sky City casino, which will be expanded with even more retail included within those four walls, and then they'll go to the convention centre during the day, back through all the retail within the Sky City envelope to the significantly expanded casino and back to the Sky City hotel. All this original legislation on the convention centre does is deliver more customers and more money to Sky City. What does it also deliver? It also delivers significantly more harm to Auckland families and Auckland businesses. For a number of years, KPMG were recording gambling as one of the reasons for significant employee fraud. Right? And they did this for a number of years until, frankly, we started talking about it in the context of this legislation. So they were recording the degree to which gambling was like fifth, fourth. It was increasing in the reasons why people were stealing from their businesses, stealing from their employers in order to gamble. And it is an increasing problem in Auckland. We've seen so many examples of people who've spent thousands, hundreds of thousands of other people's dollars at the casino, thank you, Mr Speaker, in order to feed a gambling addiction. And what does Sky City, what does John Key deliver to Auckland? A smaller convention centre, a much bigger casino that creates enormous problems for the families and the businesses who live there, who work there. It is this, Tracy Martin is doing the country and Auckland in particular an enormous favour, a great deal of good, by forcing us to yet again reflect on the dirty deal that was done between National and Sky City over the convention centre, which was always designed to deliver a larger casino for a longer licence to Sky City. Let's not ever forget that. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Judith Collins.